Hi all. Right, D-Day at Omaha Beach. Um, Part 2, I guess. I've reset everything. I swithered a bit about if I should carry on. I also left things a little bit just in case somebody came and told me that I had got things wrong, and I hadn't failed, but yeah, I had. And I'd like to just confirm I wasn't blaming anybody. It might have, it may have sounded that way, because I try to suggest that some of the viewers that had been helping me, if they had only told me something, I might have been all right. Well, that's not the case. No, I wasn't. I tried. Well, maybe I was just trying to get myself out of a hole. To be honest, I've nobody to blame but myself. I think it was a game that I played quite a few times before and knew the sort of basic rules and knew how it worked, but because it's been a while since I played, I didn't really look at the rules that mattered to get me on to the next part of the game. That's basically it, really. I mean, and I think if I had looked at that, Martin did suggest that he felt, well, he reckoned I should have just carried on anyway. He felt that if I'd realised my mistake, that I'm more than likely would have taken another position and got another victory point. And just for anybody that's not maybe watched the first part of all this, I ended up with 10 victory points rather than the 11 required to carry on to turn 17. My blunder was not realising that I not only, well, part of controlling a hex required US communication, and I did get really unlucky, yes, I did, with a lot of events. I had lots of reinforcements. I was well into the divisional pool of reinforcement units, and I had them everywhere, really, and that was really my downfall, and it was the two in here, really. Well, I mean, this one I won. I thought it was this guy, but it was this guy, and he was firing into here, and I thought I had control of the blue position here. But US communication means that you have to trace down to the beach. I didn't look at this till right at the last turn or something. Stupid, really, yeah. I'm just thinking, right, US communication. I never really took it into consideration or anything. Just as, you know, almost as bad as me actually not realising how many victory points I needed to carry on, and I left that far too late as well, and then started saying, oh, okay, I need 11 victory points. How many have I got? None. Right, better start getting some. You know, but this one, leaving it to the last turn, then realising I couldn't, because the rules don't allow. I mean, I had in the back of my mind, I thought, right, US communication, I just need to trace down to the beach. Yeah, you know, it makes sense. Yeah, fair enough. You can't trace through bluff hexes, and all these are bluff right along here, up to here. But there was German units everywhere here, and because this one was firing at here, this one was firing at here as well, I couldn't trace along here, so I needed to get down. I know I've not got that zoomed in, but it was just a wee reminder of what went wrong. And yeah, it's just really silly not going over the rules again, thinking I had it all sussed, and yeah, a bit daft. But I do accept full responsibility myself. Not blaming any of you guys. Yeah, like I say, Martin felt, just carry on, let's go on to the next part of the game. And yeah, I did consider it. I've done it before, and at least one playthrough I've done, but not on camera. And I guess recording it just felt a bit wrong. You know, I was just playing myself, obviously. Well, I'm playing myself here too, but I think just because everybody else can see, and I try to be a bit of a perfectionist and get everything spot on. And you'd think that perfectionist would actually read the rulebook, but there you go. So, yeah, I chose not to do that and just go through it again. So, I dare say if some of you are watching this, hoping this was part 27, well, it's not, it's D-Day at Omaha Beach 2, part 1. So, if you want to skip on to, hopefully, turn 17, it'll be, well, going by that, it'd be part D-Day at Omaha Beach 2, part 27, or somewhere about there. And that's, assuming I do get there. But I've got to feel much more confident. I mean, yeah, you see how lucky, there is a lot of luck involved in this game, and cards that you draw at certain times, and it doesn't take anything away from the game. The game is amazing. It's really good. It's really good. Really good fun. And brutal, but fun. But at least I know two things. Well, not two, because I did comment back to Martin because he did, you know, make a couple of suggestions, and I did also say, and I've said it a couple of times, that if himself and John Brown didn't mention the whole controlling of the higher ground hexes, where you need to be on the higher ground to control the hexes, you can't be on the lower ground and control a higher ground hex. I'm not so sure I would have caught that as well, so I would have been floundering away at the last turn, probably being on less than 10 points. Never mind 10 points, but there you go. It was a shame though, we had that last attack, didn't we, on the red position there, and we were just, I mean, if red hadn't fired, we had the guy, yeah, but he fired and disrupted one of the units. So all we could do was chuck it at him. We actually had the weapons and could only equal the strength there, but which that would have been a nice finale, but it wasn't, however. So so yeah, I'm going to do it again. I just thought to start again, and it makes me feel better about it. So hopefully I can legitimately get on to turn 17 this time, and we will eventually see these Panzers, Martin. And well, you know what? I probably should be reading some of the rules ahead of turn 16, long before I get there. I think that might be wise, Grant. But I've had some really good tips. So to be honest, let's just say that that was actually a learning game. And I feel like it shouldn't really be, because I have played the game a few times. And I've not won at the game, but again, this is why I want to put it on camera, because sometimes I feel like these games, I play them for so long, and I don't get fed up with it. I just think, oh right, I don't think we're getting anywhere here, and then time moves on a bit, and if I'm not recording it, I don't feel like, oh well, you know, I could sit and do that and get another recording in, and probably should get another recording in to upload. I don't feel pressure about it, but it kind of encourages you more to do it. And so it encourages me to complete the game. So, yeah, where was it? I went off on one there. So yeah, hopefully we will be able to get through this and see turn 17 this time. Okay. Yeah, that's where I was heading there. Both Martin and John have given me quite a few tips on what I should be looking at, and some suggestions, and okay, maybe I should be knowing these things myself, but and I don't want to just automatically take what they're saying as a given, but I will take them into consideration. We did have, I'm still not, you know, the first tank, I put a hero on the first hero I got, I put on the tank. And that was the first event we got. So turn 2, hero on a tank. John said he was reluctant to put a hero on a tank. And Martin said he don't think he had ever put a hero on a tank. I didn't feel terrible about that one. Then the second hero I got to put on another tank, and I felt stupid doing that afterwards. And that's before these guys commented on it, because I realised, what are you doing? That wasn't the right play there. So I'll certainly consider that one. And the first hero that I get, assuming I do get one, and hopefully I get one early, I probably will consider, right, let's maybe not think about a tank here. Let's just... But I'm not saying I might not do it. I might, because early on I think it is quite good. But we'll see. And the attrition thing, yeah. Both of the guys said that attrition, do it. Just, you know, okay, there can be times when you not want to do it, and it proved right, because I think it was attacking the brown position the last time, and I sat there and I couldn't get through the position, you know. Whereas if I'd just done the attrition, I would have been away up there so much quicker, you know. And that's what it's about. It's a speed. You've got to get up there. You see, I was struggling to get 11 points. Well, I didn't make it. I got 10 points. So we need to get, by turn 16, we need to do that quickly. And then my guess is between turn 17 and the end of the game, you probably do need to move at a fair rate as well. But let's get on to turn 17 first. So let's move quickly. Yeah, we were unlucky. The draws were practically... Nah, I think the draws were impossible. I mean, obviously, you're looking to try and get this draw. We had nothing here, did we? We didn't really get any joy here at all. The other three draws are pretty challenging, but... yeah, anyway, so yeah, a few tips by the guys should help me try and make a better job of this. But I think more so being reminded of certain rules, or maybe not so much reminded, being told of certain rules that I was like, oh, right, okay. Well, to be honest, they are reminding me of it, because I have played the game properly before. All the rules that have been brought to me, it's not that I skipped by them before. Even the US communication, I play by the rules. I do it as much to the rule as I can. And if I get something wrong, I need to, you know, if you've watched my previous stuff, I need to get it right. So there's no mistakes. A mistake means... let's start again. Which, okay, that's a tough one to say. I mean, any match or dead, you've got to have 2 or 3, I think, within that. And as long as they're not huge, big blunders, then you just have to sort of accept that. But this game's not quite as complex, and yeah, you just need to read the rulebook. That's it. Okay, so 13 minutes in, Grant said we ramble on about things. It's quite late at night, so it might not have been the best time to have started. And I don't know if I might actually do anything or not. Just thought I would have a wee chat about it all. Yeah, I suppose we could land our tanks, hopefully. Or, well, no, you don't really want them landing, do you? You kind of want them delayed, if I recall. Okay, let me pause and have a ponder if I'm going to do anything more tonight. Yeah, I think I will actually get the tanks, well, get their landing checks done anyway, and get the next units in the beach landing boxes at least. Oh, I suppose we probably could complete turn 1. It's not really a complex turn, is it? There was a few comments that ended the last episode, and I maybe didn't go over them. I did say Martin I would maybe discuss some of them, but I do want to keep them in mind, because he was talking about a good idea. Well, he said it wasn't advice, but he pointed out a few things regarding where you might want to turn your HQ in a command post, and some of that was obviously making some sense, where my thinking was more trying to put in an area. I wasn't really thinking about what I really needed to branch out into. Anyway, that's getting too far ahead. Right, let's try and well, see what these tanks are going to do at least. So we have 4 of them. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not going through any of the setup. We've done that, and I hadn't really intended doing that in the first video anyway, but it's just while I was setting it up, I thought, well, why not? So everything's set up, it's all been reset, I've shuffled everything, everything's totally randomised. I did want to glance at some of the counters before I started shuffling them, just to get some idea of the numbers. But then I've been given some advice on that about the fact that it looks like they go up to a 4 strength. So it's a 1 to a 4. I think that's between the tactical. I don't think it gets any bigger than that. To be honest, I don't really know about the depth markers though. I guess would be 2. No, I don't know if there could be some 3s of them, and whether there could be a 4 or 2. I don't know. I think that would maybe be a bit extreme, especially when most of them are getting doubled. Anyway, everything's been randomised. We're back to the start, and yeah, okay. So I'll draw a card for landing in the east. Now turn 1. We have a delayed placing the turn 2 space, so that's your ideal option really, because the other one, B is eliminated, C is lose a step, and D is lose a step and drift 2 boxes east. So yeah, B's not good, but you've got the 3 symbols, so the likelihood you're going to get one that's a B. Right, let's draw a card for landing in the east. Okay, here we are. Yeah, you're looking for the ones that have 2 A's on them. Some of them, they have 2 A's. That's what you're looking for. We've not got one of them. So this guy's a diamond. Diamond is... No, how's that usually? I look at the card. Yeah, so a diamond's an A, so he's delayed. Oh no, that is good, because we've got 2 diamonds. Right, that's excellent. Yeah, you can sometimes get 3 that are delayed, because if you get 2 A's on the card, and you've got 2 that are matching symbols, yeah. So that's a really good result. So they get delayed to turn 2. The triangle's a B, he gets eliminated, so he's away. Took him in there, and the circle's a D, which is the drift option, I think. So I'll lose a step and drift 2 boxes east. So he's in ER3, 2 boxes east, and in there. So he's in, yeah, just green. So I suppose that's not bad. Armoured though. So, yeah. Okay. So that's about it. Right. I'll put the other 2 tanks in the turn 2 box. So I think that was pretty good. Right, so over to the west, and here we go. So we've got a B diamond, that's the eliminated option. So this guy's eliminated. At least, yeah, I suppose you could end up with 2 eliminated. Because if that had been on the other side, it was 2 diamonds we had, didn't it? C is a triangle. Oh, we've done well here again then, because C is just lose a step, isn't it? This guy just loses a step and lands, and these 2 are the A's, so they're going to be delayed as well. So yeah, I think that was a good result. I mean, I suppose you wouldn't really think so. You've got 2 tanks, only 2 tanks on the beaches, but it's just when you go to turn 2. There's only one terrible option, and that's to lose a step. So the other 3 don't actually have any step loss to the tanks, so that's ideally where you want to be, yeah. Okay, so I'll put these 2 units up in turn 2 box as well, and then we'll get the units down that are going to land next turn. Okay, so there's our units to land. FG4, ER6, ER2, ER3, FG5 and FG2. So there the units are going to land next turn. And then over in the west we have on our good load EG3, DG4, W3, CH2, DR2. Yeah, I probably could have done this without boring you with that, couldn't I? Okay. I guess the first turn I might just, like I say, I don't think I'm sitting down for long tonight, so I can just probably, well, I'll chuck this out as an episode or not. It's maybe not even worth that. Okay, so that's units for next turn. Now we have no event on turn 1, so we move right into the fire phase. So we might as well get that happening now. So the only thing you've got to worry about is a green armour symbol with a circle on this side anyway. Right, so let's do that. Okay, so basically there's none of that. Orange, blue and brown are firing. Now we don't, I don't think you can clear beaches until turn 2 either, can you? I'm forgetting things already here. Yeah, so it starts on turn 2, so I might as well just chucking the card away and nothing else is happening. And then over in the west, we don't want a green or purple triangle with an armour symbol. That's the only one we've got to worry about. And there we go, a purple leader symbol. But so yeah, although all these colours fire and it is a triangle, there's no armour symbol. So although green and purple are actually firing in this hex and it is the shape, it's not got the armour symbol. So we're all good there. Yeah. Okay, so my action phase. Oh, I don't know about good strategies here at this point. Yeah, you could barrage. I can only barrage green. He's got a double position and a single position. I mean, I've got a better chance of barraging the single position, but however, it just still means that I've got 2 shots firing from green. So, again, not sure if this is brilliant or not, but I'm going to take my chances and move the tank. So that if green, yeah, hang on. Yeah, I got caught out with this before because it then does mean that next turn, if you survive green firing, next turn you then feel obliged, right, I've got to spend another action on that guy to get him to safety. Well, when I say safety, a safer hex. So what we got coming on board, but then these guys are all going to be running for the shingle. These 2 tanks, yeah, you're probably wanting to. Oh, that's the guy on here as well. He's going to be going for the shingle too. Preservation moves. So it would mean that your 2 actions probably, well, hopefully, your 2 actions would be wanting to make a barrage. You know, this one lands here, barrage in blue maybe. This one lands here, probably having a go at purple. You know, assuming they land full strength, but if you've got this guy to move too, you've only got 2 actions. I think take chances with that though. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll take a chance. I mean, if green fires, we don't need to worry about that guy. That's that. So, whether that's clever or not, I don't know. As long as I get to turn 17. Okay, and I find this one just slightly different because you can barrage green. Green's on its own, and it's only a single position. So I think it's just colour we need, isn't it? So that was the fire. Because I've only got 2 strength. Yeah, I've only got 2 strength, and I need the colour. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a colour. So yeah, there's a better chance of this one. So I would only need to draw a card with green to just disrupt. So I think that's worth a go, this one. Because if we can take that out, then, you know, it feels better. I mean, I don't feel there's any point going for purple. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card and attempt to barrage on green. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, good stuff. We get green. So we disrupt the green position. That's pretty good. Well, it does leave him back here, so he's not made the move, but yeah, we've got two tanks coming in on this side as well, and although all the infantry are probably going to run for the shingle, which I think's the right thing to do. I mean, I suppose there could be sometimes when you think, right, I'll not make that preservation move, but I think going by what I've heard from some comments before, you've got to do things quickly here. So gambles have to be taken. That must have been what these guys were like, getting on the beach and then try to run for cover. But the attempt to run for cover was really much more dangerous. But yeah. Right, so we've got 2 actions wasted really, because we only got 2 tanks on the beach. So that's going to be that. Okay, so that's me reset everything for the end of turn 1. So that's us on to turn 2, and I suppose I probably should do turn 2 before I upload this as a part, but I'm just going to pause here just now, just in case I change my mind on that. Not only that, but it's getting a bit late. Better shut things down here. So yeah, most of this episode probably having a wee chat about things that you don't want to hear. But I mean, yeah, I mean, if any of you probably watched the first part, like I also said, you maybe don't want to watch this again. You might want to see turn 17 if it appears. So you'll just need to look out for that where it is. I'll maybe make a comment in the YouTube video right at the beginning saying, yeah, reached turn 17. Although I suppose that could be a spoiler for some folk if they're looking ahead. Yeah, big spoiler, Grant. Right, okay, I will take a pause here just in case I do just cut this, and well, probably I'll just upload it anyway onto the computer anyway. Okay guys, I'll be back soon. Cheers. Hi all. Right, on to turn 2, so some landings in the east. Right, let's just draw the card and see what happens. Okay, so we've got diamonds, which are A's. This is infantry. This is turn 2. That's for tanks. Hang on. Infantry, so drift 4 boxes east. So he's heading away along. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lands. Yeah, this on the edge. It's not the best, that one, but I remember talking about some folk get caught out with the fact that this is a preservation move into here, but it's also a preservation move into here and then here, because this is a scalable. These are, what are these? These are sheer cliffs, so they're not classed as protective hex sites, whereas this one is. So as long as he's moving closer to this hex, he's still going to, sorry I was blurring things there, he's still going to get a preservation move, so that makes it not quite so bad. I noticed some folk get caught out with that one. I probably did it first as well. Okay, any more diamonds? Yes, we have this infantry, so 4 boxes east, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in. Ooh, that could be nasty. That's all the diamonds. Triangles are C's. For a tank, lose a step, unfortunately. No, is it? Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong bit, but I still lose a step. So this guy loses a step and lands. Triangle C for the infantry is 9 boxes east. Jesus. So he's going right along as well, isn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so maybe not the best. We're neglecting the... Alright. Put my hand up front there, I'm losing the focus on it now. Looks like we're going to neglect the red position again. What else we got? Right, so we've got 2 circles. So a B for the infantry is 2 boxes east. 1, 2, and in. And a B for the tank is... Oh, that's a nice one, because we're going to drift. That's good. Just 1 box east, and then... Or we would have concentrated this target, this hex. So, yeah, so that helped a little bit, but... Yeah, well, I suppose we've still got these 3, you know, 2 of them are tanks, so... And we've got the 1 infantry that's close to this sort of side. But, we'll see. I guess that's what could make the game different each time you play it, depending on some of the landings, eh? Right, okay, so that's in the east, so let's move on to the west. Okay, so, landing card for the west. Right. Oh, zoom in a little bit. What have we got? We've got... Diamonds are C's. So the first one we get is this tank. That's going to lose a step, isn't it? Yeah, so he loses a step in DR3. And in he goes. We've then got this infantry, which is a C. That's 9 boxes east again. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is across the other side. Was that right? It started DW3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So, well, I was talking about not having anything beside the red. Now I do have, because he's going to cross over. And because he is so close to that, I will mark him. Because he now becomes part of the first division, if you like. So any actions that we use have to be, you know, on him, have to come from the first division's quota of actions, you know. So there's a command transfer, right. I don't know if I really need to use this or not. I think it's just going to be an extra. I'm not sure what to put on it. The one side, I suppose, so it's transferred over to the first division. Well, you know what, I'll chuck it at the bottom of it now. I don't think we'll kind of forget anyway, because I think once they're over this line, then, you know, it's fine. Okay. I just wanted to double check, you know, what happens if you move and can you move. I wasn't too sure about that one, to be honest. 7.22. And this isn't regarding the actual landing when they land across the other side. A unit that you move across the east-west sector boundary, as opposed to landing across the boundary, it says, may be considered part of either division when performing actions. You may spend an action from either division's allotment to have the unit perform an action, if an expenditure is required. It talks about playing with 2 players. Yeah, so so there's nothing to stop you from moving units across this boundary, and then going by what that's saying, it may be considered part of either division when performing actions. So you may spend an action from either division's allotment. Right, so I'm just thinking, if I was to move this unit across here, I'm assuming that would still be the same. We could, although he's part of the first division, because he's landed across that side, if we move them across here, we could then use an action from the 1st Division or the 29th Division. At the moment, while I was across here, we can only use a unit, an activation from the 1st Division. I think that's the way that works. So, okay. Yeah, but I'm glad I actually looked that up, because I couldn't remember about the boundary, and I knew about the drifting and landing, but I wasn't actually sure about moving units across that. I mean, okay, right, let's get the rest of these guys landed. Okay, so that's all the diamonds. So next one's a triangle, which is an A. We have a tank. Well, that's no effect, that's good. So he's in. We have an infantry, which is going to drift. 4 boxes east. 1, 2, 3, 4. He just hangs on to this side. Then we've got, no, that guy's landed. Ah, well, we've got the Rangers, a triangle. So yeah, infantry and Rangers in DG and CH. Actually, that guy's in DG as well, so I need to remember that. So yeah, that's no effect for the Ranger. And the final 2 are circles, which is a B for the infantry. It's 2 boxes east. That's going to be a concentrated target then, isn't it? Yeah, so this guy goes 1, 2, and in here. So out of the way. What was that in? Red and brown. That's not looking good. Okay, and then the other one, this guy's a B as well. But he's got a different, because he's in the DG slot, he drifts, what does that be? Drift 1 box east. No, that's not too bad actually, so he's in there. And we got green disrupted, so yeah, well, a chance for him, maybe if green stays down, to move into here and take a chance. We shall see. Right, okay, that's all the landings, so I'll get the units. Obviously it's just the tanks that were delayed. You don't get any other units on turn 2 spot, but the tanks that were delayed, I think we've got 4 of them, so we'll get them down. Okay, I'll just put the tanks in. That's the 2 that were delayed on the week on the east, and then these 2 were the ones that were delayed on the west. So that's good. Like I say, they've got a better chance of avoiding any damage. But we did take, well, we took 2 tanks took a hit there, so could have been better. But I suppose it's okay still. Right, so now we're on to the first event. So as always, we're looking for something good, not bad here. Yeah, so let's just get it and see what's what. So we're on turn 2. What we got? Nah. It's death, no hero, but had a death marker to 1 German unit. Okay, so we're looking for the nearest. Actually, I'll just open the page just in case. So, and this can go in either sector because there's no hero involved trying to force the issue of one sector to the other. So it's closest and then single WN position if not. If they're all equidistant. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Here, the green position, but that's a double position. The blue one here is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Red one looks like it's slightly further away. I was thinking this green one here though, that's disrupted. 1, 2, 3, 4 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is a double position. So this is 4 away in a single position, and the blue one is 1, 2, 3, 4 away in a single position as well. So it's got to be between they 2. That'll be the lowest number, I think. Lowest ID numbers, yeah. So it's going to be the blue, isn't it? So blue's 64 and green's 71. So it's going to be the blue position that gets some depth. unfortunately. It's not too bad. The fact it's going on a single position helps us a little bit, because you feel like they're the targets you want to barrage. If you're going to barrage, you want to target single positions rather than double positions. Unless you've got the other half of the double position disrupted already, of course, but anyway. Okay, so not a good starting event, but well, that's how the game rolls, eh? Right, on to some fire in the east then. Let's get it going. Why not? Okay, what are we getting? Double red, purple, double blue. Unfortunately, blue just was a single and now it's a double. Okay, and we've got a diamond. So let's look on here. Well, actually, what I prefer looking at on the card as the colours come, because I think you better get in the habit of that. Because what was it? Come the extended game, if we do get there this time, the lettered actions I think need to be performed in that order, so it's better to do it that way. So what we got? Double red. So red is able to fire. It's got 3 hits to dish out. It can also cross across here, so it's looking for diamonds. And what do you know? It doesn't get down to there. It is hitting this guy. He's a diamond, so he takes a hit. And I just adjust that to say that they've taken a hit, because they can't take another hit in the fire phase. And then, well, oh yeah, we concentrated this target. So the Germans are off to a great start, because both of these, although they're a circle and a triangle, they concentrate the hex, so they both become diamonds. 2 more hits to dish out. Boom, boom. There we go. 3 full strength infantry units reduced from the first fire action. Ouch. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well that's red done enough, I think. So, purple. Right, that's along the other side. So, purple's got 2 shots to fire. So it's nothing intense. Oh, we never got green. I just realised we took our chance here. Oh, we got blue, but blue's just steady. It's not armoured. We didn't get green, so that little tank surviving at least. It does mean we've got to force an action on that now to get into safety, like I was saying. So there's nothing intense. This is a diamond and purple, triangle, circle, triangle, and that's as far as it goes. So this guy takes a hit, and he's nothing to do with his second hit. Nothing else he can hit. And then we shimmy along a bit to double blue. Like I say, this guy's okay. Here's another diamond. So he takes a hit, and yes, and that's it. Yeah. So that wasn't nice, was it? Oh well, okay. Right, over the west. Right, oh, shoot, it can't get any worse than that to start with. You'd hope. Right, so red, double blue, and brown. Okay, so I've no idea what I'm wanting and what I'm not wanting yet. I think it's too early for that. So there's red. Here, he's going to hit armour. Does red stretch to there? It does not, fortunately, because that is armoured. Yeah, I think we've got lucky there. There's no diamonds. Funny enough how it was a diamond there. Diamonds seem to really mess me up that last game. And I noticed the concentrated hex, none of the units were diamonds. Like, officially diamonds, if you know what I mean. Hey ho. Right, okay, so, yeah, no diamonds in red field of fire there. So that's good. Well, there's not a lot in red, to be honest. Double blue is slightly further down, and again no diamonds, so better symbol across this side so far. Then we're going to backtrack here to brown. He's got 3 shots. It does in fact look like, yeah, diamonds are a good call. Like I say, there was nothing in that. That was a concentrated hex. Yeah, well, I suppose that's balanced things out a bit, isn't it? We got no hits at all. We got, well, this guy got hit from fire in the east, but he's in the west. Or these 2 guys, should I say. But basically, the fire in the east hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. All infantry. And nothing in the west. So, there was a bit of, yeah. And green didn't fire, which is nice. Well, it's nice that we didn't get anything hit, and green didn't fire as well. That's an extra bonus, because it's going to stay disrupted. Okay, so we can have a look at clearing any beach hexes maybe now, because we do get engineers, don't we? Turn 2, clear beach obstacles, yeah. So let's have a look at that. Oh yeah, I got a comment just recently, a guy that's, he's way back watching the first series, I think. It's quite far back, I think, maybe just plodding along there, but I'll tell you what he said. Yeah, it was a comment from part 11 of the first attempt there. So, like I say, quite far back. Not sure of the name. Ected, I don't know. And it's discussing the clearing of the beaches when we're talking about disrupted positions. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people's frustration with, well, why can't I clear the beach? These units are disrupted. Why are they still affecting that hex? And I thought he had a good way of looking at it. He says, I suppose I picture the disrupted versus clearing hexes this way. This way. A disrupted position is firing sporadically enough that units can move and take cover effectively, while engineers must remain out in the open for minutes to clear the area. So I think that's a good way of thinking about it. Maybe if something like that had also been added in the rule book, you know, just to explain, because it does feel to some that, well, wait now, this is disrupted. Why can't I clear that? It's not firing. It's not firing. And the thought of that, where it's maybe disrupted, but it's still able to do some fire, just not affect the other units, but maybe affect the engineers while they're doing their work. So yeah, thought that was good. Nice one. Thanks for your comment. Okay, so however, we've no disrupted positions at all that need to be looked at, even the one across in the west. So what we got? We've got red, purple, and blue, but they all fired. So where are we? Red. Blue, hang on, that's red and blue, so we might get something here. So, no, we've only got this hex, haven't we? However, one's better than none, I suppose. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah, that's got blue. That's not a blue, but purple starts there. So, we're able to clear that one hex there. And then, over this side, red, blue, brown. So they all went off, yes. Brown, red, and then blue, yeah. Nothing across this side, I'm afraid. So that'll be that. Right, on to our action phase then. Yeah. Yeah, this was the dilemma about this tank surviving, and the fact that now you feel like you should move it. And I guess, yeah, I should. But I suppose we're going to probably, yeah, I think my other action possibly could be barrage in green. Take a chance with that. It's not great. None of it's great really. Okay, well, to be honest, I think these guys are a bit of a no-brainer really. So preservation move into here, and then preservation move into here. Now he's going from 1, 2, 3 away to this hex. This is the hex that's got a protective hex side, so they can get a free move right up to that hex, but they need to move closer to it every turn. So he was 1, 2, 3 away. He is now 1, 2 away from that hex, and he was 1, 2 away. Now he's 1 away from that hex. So that's fine. When they both reach here, however, that's where the free moves end, and they've got to then spend a move, or possibly sit there and cower like like I had in the last game. A couple of units sit there in that sporadic fire, thinking, well, they can only disrupt us here. Let's let them disrupt us. We're fine. We shall see. So they're straightforward. But I think this is probably a good. But it wasn't one of the 6 strength ones, but preservation move into here. Have a go at green. The thing is, it doesn't really matter. I know I've been told before to like look at my barrage options first, attempt barrages, then consider. Okay, I'll maybe not make that move that way. I'll make it another way. I get that. This unit can only barrage green, or this one who's weaker could have. It would be nicer to try orange because it's single position, or purple because it's single position, but they're both got depth, so it's going to be harder. The odds are against me on that one. I do feel it's silly not moving the tank to safety, really. I know, maybe some of yous wouldn't have. Maybe some of yous wouldn't have actually moved them to there, I don't know. Now he's up against the shingle. He's in blue sporadic and green steady, but remember he is armoured. But all it needs is a green with armour symbol and a circle, and that's been a complete waste. But however, so yeah, I don't think it's not going to matter. I'm going to have a go at barrage and green, but I'm better moving this preservation, moving this unit into here rather than here, because this has got intense blue and green and a bit of red. So there's that. And then, well, this guy, I suppose he's probably better moving into here if we're going to have a go at green. Obviously, if a single green fires anyway, if I do disrupt this, if a single green fires, these guys still get hit. So, but if I've got 2 of them in it and there's only 1 hit, then, you know. Well, let's maybe get into the habit of doing it before I made the move. Although I've already made this guy, but it's irrelevant to if I'm going to get a result here with my barrage anyway. I was always going to move this guy into here. So we're going to barrage green. We're 4 strength this time, and he does have depth, so is the core, isn't it? Just reminding myself again. 4 strength, colour. I always find this table a bit tricky to look at. Does he have depth? Yes. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the 1 to 2 strength column, that's why. Right, so yes, we need the colour. The symbol on its own doesn't work because he's got depth. If he didn't have depth, then the symbol works as well. Right, so we're looking for what? Green. Right, let's draw a card. And we get green. Good. And clearly, I was clearly talking about the double position, wasn't I? Because, well, if it had been the single position, then the symbol would have worked as well. But so, okay, good result there, at least. I mean, the odds are pretty good on that. Although I actually think it's 50-50, isn't it? Because there is 6 colours, isn't there? I believe. Right. So it is a kind of 50-50, but it works. So this is pretty good position. I mean, the single green comes up, like I said, that's just how it's going to be. Right, I'm going to preservation move this guy into here. It's a dangerous place to go, I know, but you've got to try. You've got to try. I mean, at least he's full strength. If he does take a hit, then he gets to move into this hex or this hex next turn, and then he's safer. He's safer. He's not safe, but he's safer. So that's it in the east. Oh no, hang on, it's not. I forgot about the guy that drifted across. Yes, I did indeed. Oh, I see, so he can actually move into this position. Is that getting closer though? Well, it must be, eh? I think it's just because he crosses over. That is a beach hex, isn't it? Well, it's got a fire dot in it. Yeah, it's got a tiny wee bit of beach. Yeah. Or, ooh. Yeah, I'm sure that must be right. The arrow, the landing box arrow, although this doesn't have a symbol. Ooh, wait a minute then. Does he actually... Should he not be in this box? Hang on a second. I think I did read something about that though. And I think it is okay if it drifts. Oh yeah, well, I mean, look at these guys along here. They drifted along these boxes. I mean, when you're setting up, when you don't have to place them in any specific box, you cannot set them up in these hexes. Pretty sure that's correct. They do need to be set up in one of the lettered hexes. But when they drift, they can still land in one of these boxes. Yeah, I think that's good. So, yeah, we should... Makes sense to preservation move them into there then. It's slightly safer. And, yeah, so he's heading... Yeah, he was 1, 2, 3 away, and now he's only 1, 2 away from these 2 hexes. Okay, so that's pretty good, actually. Right, across the side, what we're doing here then. Okay, so our strong tank, which is in here, is in brown and orange, so he's the possible barrage option. But both brown and orange are double positions, so yeah, I think you go for the brown and then you move the units up, don't you, Grant? So you go for brown and then preservation move these guys into here, so it's slightly safer. So I think that's probably what I'm thinking. Along here, well, I think the Ranger gets a free move. It's not necessarily classified as a preservation move, although he is kind of doing that as well. But the Rangers get free moves, that's that. So that's the safest X for him. So he's going to move in there with the option of either starting to scale the cliff there or possibly moving. I think, sorry, I've got that off, haven't I? I think the last time I got this guy in this position, he survived the blue fire, and then did I not possibly move him into this hex? Because it takes him a couple of turns to climb into that hex. I think then when he got up there, he actually then took a hit. So, but if this brown position is not occupied, it's possibly safer taking that extra move. I don't know. I guess that's just me thinking that way, whether that's clever or not. Right, so, well, this is a big guy we've got to think about, isn't it? To preservation move. Green is disrupted, that's good. So, yeah, if we do have another free action, we could have a shot at purple. We need a purple and a symbol, so we need a purple triangle for that one. But that would mean this guy's a bit safer. But I think no matter what, it's one of these situations in the game where it's going to move into that hex rather than that hex, I think. Yeah. it looks like a bit of a no-brainer, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm not going to mess about with that. I'm just going to move that preservation, move that guy into there. And then hopefully he can, well, this is a great hex to be because it's obviously all just sporadic fire, so nice safe hex. So if he can survive and get into there, that's going to be great. So yeah, 2 actions. One, pretty much sure we're going to barrage brown. Yeah, so let's just do that first. So across here, we're going to use this tank, which is a full strength tank, to barrage the double, the depth mark, you know, the hex has got the depth marker as well. So we need the colour. So we need brown. And we do get it, yeah. My eyes were playing tricks on me there. Didn't think that was brown. So that's good, that's good. Both barrages have went, have happened. So it gives us that slight bit of freedom that brown could still turn up, but if it was a double position, then we get away with it. So this isn't concentrated anymore as well, so yeah, I feel like both the guys move into there as preservation moves, so that seems logical. But again, if single brown fires, well, at least it means only one of them get hit. If single brown fires, they've got orange and red to worry about as well, admittedly. But and I suppose that could be, I thought could be, is it wise putting them into there? But you're putting them into red and 10s, and red is not disrupted at all, so I think that's still the right move. So, and then last one, what was I contemplating? Well, this guy, we've got 2 possible barrage options. One here that can barrage only orange though, which doesn't feel, whereas this one could go for purple, which is probably more important, because if we did take purple out, this unit's got a much better chance. So we either do that or attempt to move one of our tanks, and I think at the moment that's probably not the right call. So what did we just draw there? I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't look at the cards, should I, after I've drawn them? Well, you know what, there's no purple. There's no purple in the last card we drew anyway, so I've looked. So we need, but because we're going to go for the 2 hex position, the depth position, which is 2 units, then we need the symbol as well as the colour. So we need a purple triangle. So the odds go much further down. We'll give it a try. Here we go. Well, we got purple, but unfortunately got the circle. Got a circle, so that's yeah, you got to be kind of lucky with that one. But worth a try, I guess. Although now you feel, oh, maybe I should just move one of my tanks, you know, move this guy. This hex isn't terribly dangerous, especially for armor. I mean, yeah, if orange fires, he's toast. But okay, I think that's everything. Yes, indeed. So I'll sort things out there and we'll finish this episode up, I think. Okay, let's final look at the end of turn 2. All the cards been put away, turn markers been moved on, all the units are good to go. We've got the depth marked position of green disrupted, depth marked position of brown disrupted, and green still disrupted here, which is nice. So, but we'll see. It all depends on the draw of the card, the fire cards to see. Right, going to wrap this up. So I didn't put that first part up. Okay, got cut off again with that daft app that just keep popping up. Right at the end, I was almost finished as well. Yeah, so I'll attach this on to the end of that first part, and so this will be something like D-Day at Omaha Beach Take 2 Part 1, I think, and we'll just kind of go on like that and hopefully head towards the extended game this time. But I still feel motivated. I mean, okay, I got started there and I thought, was this the right thing to do? Should I be, you know, shouldn't I just have carried on just for the heck of it, just to show the, in case I do get worn down a bit, going through these 16 turns again, starting to get stressed out as I get closer and find out that, oh, I'm struggling to reach the 11 points again, because then if I don't reach it, I'm probably going to throw the towel in and think, right, I don't want to move on. But you never know. But we've got a better understanding of what we're trying to achieve this time, and that was the biggest mistake that I made. And I know it sounded like I was chucking blame about, but I wasn't. I was being jokey. I was tongue in cheek, you know. Because you know, I should know the rules. I'm the one that's sitting here playing the game, not expecting to be instructed into what to do. Okay, I'll leave it for now, guys, and I'll be back. Well, probably still got a bit more time here, so I might be back right away. But anyway, you'll see me in part 2 if you keep watching. Cheers, bye.